Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Ruinberg and it's under the command of Fork U2. As I promised, here's the other replay. It happened earlier this evening, in fact only a few minutes ago, about 20-30 minutes ago. Okay, I've knocked down the camp, as you would, and I'm now headed off to my firing position, discarding my extra baggage. Now the 8-inch howitzer, because this is the M55, is capable of 1050 alpha, penetrating 52mm of armour, and it's got a decent burst radius of 11.1 meters. And I'm in position, ready to go. And an enemy tank has been spotted right at the other end of the map. It's a Cramvon, and he appears, oh, he's just come to life. Okay, I'm still dialing in. I'm loaded, ready to go. Rounds out. And all I do is hit the dirt. That was unfortunate. It would have been nice if I'd gone a hit straight from the start and the guy in the Cramvon woke up and found out he was missing half his hit points, but wasn't to be on this occasion. Okay, moving into position. This little spot here will give me a good arc of fire on the enemy who's actually nearby. You can see a 60 TP. There's also an Object 257 to the left. Now I try firing to the left, but the building is in the way, so I'm moving forward gradually until I can get a shot on that spot. Building's in the way, still got a red line. Okay, looking for another target to shoot at. I can see there's a T95 in that street up there, but buildings are again in the way. 257's been wiped out. I can shoot up that street just. There's a bit of a red line on there. I might be able to pop around through that fence there, but it's very difficult from the position I'm in. I probably won't be able to get a good shot or clean shot at the enemy. And the enemy is actually being very timid. They're holding back behind those buildings, making it difficult for our guys to move up. And we've got a couple of enemies out in the field. There's an Object 277 and an UDES. I fire one through that building just to see if I can get a shot through there. But I'm now on reload with 33.23 seconds. So I move to the field and center my arc a little. Move the arc up. You see that green line extending from the middle. Obviously all of you know about making sure your arc is centered so that you can get accurate shots either way. And I can see that Object 277 going after our standard B, and he just got a hit into him. I fire through the gap, and yes, I managed to thread the needle and got around to splash the Object 277, but he got rid of his stun. I've now marked the standard B as my next target. He's pulling forward to have a go at that T49. He just took a big hit though. I think he took a hit from the Cramvon that's up on our south end, on the southeast end. And anyway, I'm going to go for the standard B. I've marked the target. Ready to go? 3, 2, 1, loaded. Rounds out straight away. That's the standard B. That's a pen. Definitely a pen. Went straight through that standard B. Got a max hit. Okay, I've marked the UDES as the next target. And I can see the 277 looks like it's going to make an end run on our guys, and I'm not loaded yet. So I'm following him. I marked the spot where I last saw him. And I'm trying to move up my aim so I can catch him as soon as I am loaded. See if I can get a shell into him. Our FV3805's up there, the Cramvon. The FV3805 derps him with a shotgun, but unfortunately he gets hit with a massive round, leaving him on 1 hit points. I'm almost loaded, not quite. And there goes the FV3805, and our Cramvon took a big hit. I'm almost loaded. Gonna try and get around into that 277 if I can. He's wiped out both of my teammates. Just gotta lead him enough. Get him in, rounds out. Yeah, that was right on the money. Right on the money. Took him out the game completely. Okay, we've got a UDES 16. Very low hit points. Coming up to that corner. Our T49 saw him and he's sitting on that corner at the moment, and I think he's waiting for the T49 to come back. Now, although I'm showing a red line, I'm actually okay to shoot. I think he's still there. I'm pretty sure he's still there guarding that corner, but he's not going to move south. I'm taking a chance. I'm loaded. Rounds out straight away on that corner. And he was still there, and he's been wiped out. So that's my third kill. Now, the FV3805 on the enemy team was seen going into the corner. So he's up there somewhere. And I indicate to the T49 he should go and have a look and see if he can find him. And I pulled back because there's a Striv 103B. It's been seen near the village. And I'm not loaded yet, but I am loading, almost complete. Rounds out straight away on the Striv. He gets hit and I splash kill him. So that's my fourth kill. Okay, M53, M55 dies a solid death there to our Object 277. Okay, we've got two Object 277s. One's moving up from the south, one's actually on the centre line. I'm looking for where I think that FV3805 is. Can't see any tracer at all. Nothing to indicate that he's there, but I think he might be in the corner, so I'm going to fire a round in anyway. Nope, just knock a tree down. I'm certain he's up there though. I indicate the corner, asking the T49 and the Object 277 to go and have a look. I'm pretty sure he's there. I've marked the spot on the ground just in case they can see that. And there he is! That's a pretty final death. The Object 277 takes the kill. Okay, well doesn't appear to be much going on in the town, but we are outnumbering the enemy. But I'm going to make a move to get to a position where I can start getting hits on the enemy team. Okay, so gun up as usual. Yes, so I've mentioned that before. I do drive with the gun up sometimes, and it's actually a reflex to stop myself from accidentally shooting one of my teammates. I got into the habit of doing it. I don't know if I should actually continue to do it because, well, oh, bad driving moment. I almost flipped it. Yeah, I need remedial driving lessons, I think, in the M53, M55. And oh no, bad things are happening. We're losing tanks. We're one tank down, and now we're one tank up, but now we're even. So the enemy have managed to claw it back. They've got 3 heavies and a tank destroyer, and it's a Heshbon. And they're all on that same street, and they're backing each other up. We've got an AE phase 1 in the centre of town. T30 is just about to be ganged up on, and I'm headed for the corner where the FV3805 was to see if I can support the Object 277. We've just lost both our allies. The AE phase 1's gone down and the T30, so it's now just me and an Object 277 facing 4 enemy vehicles. So I'm going to do what I can to support my 277. I'm into position, ready to go. Just got to get a good shot at the enemy. I'm expecting him to come around that corner. I saw a tank move, but I also see the FV4005 come around that corner. Okay, I see the 277. Dialing in. The 60 TP's on the move. I fire at him instead. Big hit. 356 hit points. He stops momentarily, takes a round from the 277. I'm loading. 33 seconds. I signal my reload to him again. He's got, well, quite a long time to wait before I'm loaded, but he's using the rubble to protect himself. He fires a round into the 60 TP. The 277 and the 60 TP are low on hit points. The 277 rams him and the 60 TP goes alongside. I'm almost loaded. Rounds out. Bombardier! Just the moment I needed. That was the Top Gun. And he kills the E75 and we win the game. Talk about a hairy ending. And he asked to platoon and I hit the button too late. And unfortunately the game was over. Wow, what an ending that one was. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It was only a second class tanker. Can you believe that? Second class tanker, but I did pick up a bombardier for taking out 2 enemy tanks with one shot. 1/8 each round, saw to 2 enemy heavies, a 277 and a 60 TP. And I also got a bruiser man for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 11. And a top gun for taking out 6 of the enemy vehicles. And my win rate was only 2125. That's dreadful. But it is the M53, M55, and well, that was a good ending for our team because we pulled it out of the cap. It was basically us two tanks, a tank and an Arty against 4 enemy vehicles, 3 heavies and a tank destroyer, and it was the Heshbon, would you believe it? But let's have a look at team score. Well, I didn't get the highest in damage in the game. That actually went to the AE Phase 1. He got a Confederate for 5,087 hit points of damage. The Striv 103B on the enemy team got 4,666. And the next high score after that was Udes 16, who also got a Confederate for 3,413. The 277 our team got 2,319, and I managed to get 1,946 hit points of damage, and of course picked up that top gun. When it came to kills, yes, I got the highest number of kills in the game, 6 kills in the game. The next high score was the Object 277 with 3, and the Heshbon also with 3. And when it came to base XP in that game, it was the AE Phase 1. He managed to get 1,114 base XP because he got the highest damage in the game in the Confederate. 890 for me, 889 for the Object 277. I fired 11 rounds in that game. I got 4 direct hits and 1 penetration, and I'm pretty sure that penetration was on the standard B because that was a very high roll, much more than you'd expect from a non-penetrating shot. And we can check that actually right now. Just make absolutely certain. Yes, it was a penetrating shot. Yep, no doubt about that. I also got 10 splash on the enemy as well. 1,946 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. I damaged 6 of the enemy, damaged 7, killed 6, and got 4 stuns, but no stun assist in that game at all. 27,495 credits on a premium count, and after ammunition resupply I only made 6,925 credits, such a small amount, and I picked up 1 bomb for getting a top gun. 1,335 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,670 experience points altogether. But I thought you might enjoy that ending because it's not every day that you get a bombardier on the very last moments of the game and your teammate then takes out the last enemy tank to win the game for you. And he was facing down 2 of the hairiest tanks in the game, 2 of the most brutal heavies, a 60 TP and a 277 at the same time. But I managed to put a round up their jacksies, and that was it. They were back in the garage. And I'm sure that the Object 277 enjoyed that moment. I did contact him afterwards and said, thanks very much for staying alive. And he said he was quite pleased, but I think he was a bit disappointed we didn't get that BIA in time. I couldn't hit the button in time. He tried, but I just didn't hit the button in time. So unfortunately it didn't happen. But I'm sure you all enjoyed that replay. And if you did, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.